Hey friends, it's Megan, Georgia Girl Stitching, here on YouTube and on Instagram. It is Saturday, May 22nd, 2021, and I'm back for FlossTube number 15. It's been about a month since my last one, and trying to get back on that monthly schedule as much as possible. Thank you to all those who are joining us again and coming back to hang out and listen to me ramble about random things. And hello to all of our new friends who are joining us since my last video. Had a lot of comments, so thank you to those who for the well wishes and the kind words on the last video. I just celebrated my first FlossTube anniversary. So it was fun reading through all of those comments, and also thank you to those who did the buy me a coffee. Really appreciate that. If the link for that is down below if you're interested in that. I did have a few questions on my last video and private messages as well that I realize if you are new here, you might not know. And the question I got the most often was, why is my name Georgia Girl? If I live in Auburn, Alabama and go to VCOM Auburn, like, why am I Georgia Girl? And the answer is, it's kind of twofold. So I am from Georgia. I'm from suburbs slightly north of Atlanta, Kennesaw, Marietta area. And then I also went to the University of Georgia and graduated in May of 2018. So just celebrated 3 years post-grad. So all of that is Georgia Girl. And then I'm actually a second generation Georgia alum. My mom also went to the University of Georgia, so I grew up as a Georgia fan. Go Dogs always. I still refuse to wear orange, even though I am living in Auburn, Alabama, and go to a Auburn affiliated school. No orange is in my closet still, only on David's side. So yes, Georgia Girl to the core. And then the other question I got was, will I be going to StitchCon? And I talked about this at the very end of one of my long videos, so I'll go ahead and talk about it up here, earlier in this video. Unfortunately, I will not be attending StitchCon this year. June is already going to be absolutely insane. I will still be in school when StitchCon is happening for both weekends. And then I also will be heading down to the Keys to get married, and have a honeymoon. So with all of that, I'm not able to squeeze it in this year. Hopefully next year, except I do take boards next year, so we'll see. I'm kind of taking life week by week right now, as much as possible. So unfortunately, StitchCon is not in the cards this year, but hopefully some year soon I'll be able to come to StitchCon and meet all of you. And I miss retreats. I miss retreats a lot. I have only ever gone to Stitch Away up in Ohio via Keepsakes, and those are absolutely incredible retreats. I probably won't be able to attend Stitch Away this year either, but I do miss retreats. And if you ever have the opportunity to go on one, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing experience, a bonding experience, and it's hard to describe if you haven't been to one. So kind of a life update. We are a month away from finishing block 4. Which also means I'm a month away from finishing my first year of medical school. So that's exciting. My last final is on June 17, which also happens to be my birthday. And it's kind of funny, when I was looking at the block calendar, I realized this is going to be the first time in literally 25 years that I've had school on my birthday. I guess it's a good way to have my birthday, like finishing, but it's the way Georgia schools work. School's usually over by the end of May. And then even when I did RA, resident assistant during the summer at UGA, we didn't have to go back till the end of June, early July. So I've never had school on my birthday until I'm literally turning 25. So it's all fine. It works. If there's a school to have school on, I guess med school is a good way to go. So it's fine. I'll just, I'll finish the final, and then we're planning to kind of celebrate, like a cumulative celebration of end of school plus birthday, and then we head to Atlanta for David to take boards. He takes Step 2, Complex 2 that Saturday. So yeah, it's a busy time, it's a crazy time, but I'm really enjoying this block. This is our cardio and pulm block, and I'm really enjoying cardio. I don't know, it just kind of clicks with me. I was concerned about the physics, but physics in relation to the heart and lungs, I don't know, it makes sense to me, it works. So this has been a good block. It's gone by very quickly. I can't believe it's already the end of May. I kind of was like dreading May for a while just because it just seemed like that's when everything's going to be happening. It's going to be so busy, and it has been, but I don't know, it's gone by smoothly. At the beginning of May, actually, we got our marriage license. So that was fun. We kind of took took Friday. He had work off anyway. He had his rotation schedule. He had that day off. And then I just had an exam early that morning on a early Friday. And because we're getting married in Florida, we have to get our marriage license in Florida. So trying to find a day to like take a trip down to Florida was interesting. So we found one, and so we did it. It's really early before the wedding, but it was pretty much the only day before the wedding that we were able to do that reasonably. So we took a trip down to the Okaloosa County Courthouse, which is the closest one to us, and got our marriage license. So that was really fun. And then his one of his best friends, also one of his groomsmen, is doing their rotation down in Fort Walton. So we swung down there, had dinner, and then came back that night. So it was a long day, but it was really good. It's really kind of fun to have the license. It feels more real. Have our actual names on something that says like we're allowed to get married. So we have to take it back after the wedding, obviously. So we'll take another trip down, but it's a gorgeous courthouse. Oh my gosh, in Crestview. And so yeah, so that was fun. So lots of wedding planning, kind of getting the details solidified, and going through school. That's pretty much my life, with occasional things thrown in here and there. But overall, life is pretty good right now, just day by day. I have a list every day that I truck through, and we just take it day by day. So I have got some stitching done, thankfully. Gotten just pretty much whenever I can. If we're in the car, like we're just going to the grocery store, I try to get a few stitches in, just because I've realized how important that is to me and like my mental health to just be able to get a few stitches in a week even. I've been trying to go back to like the 30 minutes a day, and that is usually successful, but there have been some weeks, like our bad weeks, that I can't do it every day, but I do try to make it a priority. So I do have some stitching to show, thankfully. And then also on my last video, I did do a giveaway for 1 year. And so I'll be announcing those winners towards the end. Once I get through like our normal schedule of events, I'll do that towards the end. And then I also, my last video said that I would show some wedding things, some wedding details. So I'll do that at the very end. For those who are not interested, they can just end the video and don't have to go through that. So some of the things I mentioned before, like the champagne glasses and my hairpiece. So I'll show some of that and also share that information down below of how, if you're interested, how you can get them. I am not affiliated in any sort of way with these people. They don't even know I exist, besides that I paid them to send this to me. So there is not a no affiliation. I don't get anything if you do this. Just sharing what I have found, some treasures I found, and if you're interested, or if you have another event coming up that you might be able to use some of this, just so you're aware of it. So yeah. Let's see, the first thing we'll go through, I only have one official whip that I worked on towards the end of April, really right after I filmed my last video. I worked on this, and this is Memorial Day hands-on design. It was a gift from my lovely friend Jen in Cincinnati. She completely kitted it up for me with the sulky threads, so that's what I'm using. And I'll show a before picture, and then here's where we are now. So essentially I just finished the words up above. So that's where we're at. So I have one flag, all the words, and I love it. This has been so much fun to do. This is on 32 count Lagana Cornflower by Fiber on a Whim. I love this fabric. It's been really nice to work on. I did have someone ask me about Sulky, what the kind of deal is with them. So they essentially, it's a spool, and you just like pull it off the spool, and then one of those threads essentially equals like 2 DMC threads. So you just use one versus like DMC you would use 2. I would say it's best on 32 count and bigger. If I was doing this on 28 count, I would maybe still use 2 if you like full coverage. So it depends on how much coverage you like. So I think Sulky does a good job covering like 32 count. You can kind of see, not a lot of fabric shows through, which I really prefer. I don't like the fabric to show through that much. But if you like that, then you would get that effect on like 28 count. But if you don't like that, you might want to consider using 2 strands of Sulky on 28 count or smaller, like bigger. But yeah, they're nice to work with. They don't have every color, I believe. I think you can look on their website, and then I know Keepsakes carries quite a bit of it. And then there's like floss packs that designers will, they'll do like an association with them. So like that's what Hands On Design did. She got a floss pack through Sulky that was the colors you need, and she charted this in Sulky. So it was kind of a association. But yeah. So that's my official whip. And then so I finished the words at the end of April, like towards the end of April, and I was really conflicted. I was like, do I start another flag, or do I do my start sooner? So I had planned to do my my wedding sampler. I got the idea from Tammy, and I will link her channel below, to go ahead and like start the pattern early and just save the parts that are wedding related, like our name and the date, like save that for the actual honeymoon, but like get all the other pieces stitched. So, and then I can finish it on the honeymoon. So I really liked that idea. And so I was like, okay, well, when should I start it? I was like, well, I'll start it April 26th. That's exactly 2 months before. That gives me 2 months to get all of the pieces stitched. And then I can, finish it on the honeymoon. Kind of a significant date, Well, I finished this like April like 17th, I think, or 18th. And then I was like, well, I could start another flag, but I'm probably not going to finish the flag before April 26th. So I went ahead and just started my expert sampler. So I started it before, I think I started it April 19th. So I started it a few days before April 26th, but I'm glad I did because it's taking a little bit longer than I expected. So I'll show a picture of the pattern here. I'll link, so it's actually a combination of 2 patterns from Vlada X Stitch on Etsy. So I'll link those patterns below. And then I combined the patterns, added words that were about our wedding, and I'm also doing a color conversion. So it's kind of a very personalized pattern. And so I'll show it here. And here is, oh, my nose got itchy. And here's where we're at. So I completely finished the Florida. And then to get the spacing right, I went ahead and did the Isle Murata because I didn't want to count from here to here because that seemed not safe. So prone to error. So I went ahead and got the Isle Murata in, and then I started on the hibiscus. And yes, the hibiscus is 1/1. So that's the part that's taking me a while. This actually didn't take that long because it was in Pattern Keeper and it's just blocks of color. So like I did all of the sky and then I just filled that in. So the Florida really it wasn't long to stitch. It wasn't hard to stitch. Huge thank you to Taylor and Susan at Keepsakes for helping me color convert the sky. So this is charted in DMC, and I did keep some of the DMC. So the The palm trees, the actual leaves are still in the DMC, and the white outline is still in DMC, but the water, the sand, and the sky, I converted. And I will put that conversion in the description box below as well. The hibiscus, I'm doing completely as charted with the called for DMCs. So yeah, so that's where we're at. This has been so much fun to stitch. The fabric is Color and Cotton Malibu in 32 count. Absolutely a dream to work with. Color and Cotton floss on Color and Cotton fabric is perfection. I can't talk about Color and Cotton enough. Again, not affiliated in any shape or form. I just love them. It was really funny. So the clouds and the sky, I think 2 of the sky colors are in Color and Cotton. It was absolutely a dream. Gorgeous, like super easy, never knotted, never had any issues. Got to the week's dye works, and I didn't really think much about it actually. And then I got to the week's dye works, I think is the lighter color, and it was constantly knotting. It like wasn't smooth. It was like a pain. I kept having to like restart it, and I was like, oh, that's the difference. I don't know exactly like why it's like that, but the Color and Cotton, I realized was like, I didn't have any problems with that. And then I got to the other ones, I was like, now I'm having all the problems. So I don't know if it was me, maybe it was user error, I don't know, but here we are. So I am absolutely in love. I'm gonna keep working away at this hibiscus. This is it's taking a little bit longer because it's 1/1, which Pattern Keeper apparently does not like 1/1 on. I've never tried before, but then I tried to upload this and it had kind of a hissy fit. And then I realized, I was like, well, let me just put in the original pattern, because that's what I did here. I just put in the original pattern in Pattern Keeper. But I realized when I made this pattern, I flipped it. And so the original chart, I could do it, but I see myself messing up because it's the mirror image of it. So I'm having to do the old school way on paper. So, which totally works. It's just a little bit slower than Pattern Keeper because I gotta, pay a little bit more attention. And 1/1 takes a little bit longer. But yeah, I just love how tiny those little stitches are. So yeah, so this is where we're at. This is what I've mostly been focusing. I've only been working on this. This has essentially been my Maynia since April 19th, 18th. So over a month is what this has been my only thing. So yeah, this is where we're at. I'm in love in so many ways. I'm just kidding. So yeah, so that's where we're at on that. And then that's really all I've worked on over the last month or so. And then so my plans really are to finish that hibiscus flowers, and that will probably take me until the wedding, most likely. We're almost a month away, and that'll probably take me another month with school and everything coming up. So, because I can't really do that in the car very well, so that's really only when I can work on it here at home. I might find something else that I can do like in the car, just so I have something. So, I'm gonna need to figure it out though, because if I don't have that done before we leave, we've got a 13 hour drive down to Alamorada. So I probably should figure out how to do that in the car. We'll see. That's a month away. We'll figure it out. I've got time to figure that out. But yeah, that's all the stitching that I've done. Plans is that. And then also, I'm still doing WhipGo. I kind of added this on my WhipGo. I had a space that was like work on a beach project for 3 days. It hasn't been called yet, but when it does, I've just made that my beach project. Sorry. I've just made that my beach project. So I will, so yeah. So WhipGo, we'll see what's called and kind of go from there. And then those are pretty much my plans. I don't have any starts planned unless something's called like for WhipGo that I want to work on, at least not for the foreseeable future. So kind of some miscellaneous things real quick while we're on the stitching. I Honeybee, Stitcher, Morgan, and Evelyn across the pond, Evelyn, they started a stitch along called Hello Quaker Sal, where they are stitching either Hello Pumpkins or Hello Snowflakes from Hello from Liz Matthews. Quaker Pumpkins, Quaker Snowflakes, sorry, from Hello from Liz Matthews. And I'm super jealous because I've already stitched Quaker Pumpkins, and watching everyone start it makes me want to like do it again. I'm not ready to start Quaker Snowflakes yet. I know Morgan was like, well, just start the other one. Like, not ready to do that yet, but I did want to share. This is on an old video, almost 6 months ago at this point. So I wanted to reshare it here for all of our new friends who might be joining them in that style. When I did Quaker Pumpkins last fall, I did a word conversion on it and a little bit of a color conversion. And I wanted to share that with you because I created the word conversion. I am very happy to share that with anyone who would like to also change the words. So I want to put it out there. If you are interested in these words and or my color conversion, just send me an email, georgiagirlstitching@gmail.com. I'll post it below, and I'll happily send you that PDF with the word change and then also the colors that I used. But let me show it to you first. So this is my Quaker Pumpkins. If I can get it's been a while since I've had to hold this. This is my Quaker Pumpkins, and then I changed it to Autumn Harvest versus, I think it says All Hallows Eve on the chart. So this is what I changed it to. And then I also changed the color. I didn't change much of the colors, but I changed I didn't use the gunmetal color at all, the dark color, the black. I changed it all to the brown. I think it's the brown that's called for. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. But if you are interested, just email me and I'll happily share it with you. And I also changed the part below the pumpkins. I changed that to green. Kind of looks like grass to me a little bit where they're sitting. So the leaves are also part of I created those, so I will, I can also share that part too. So yeah, so I just want to make that, put that out there. If you're interested, just shoot me an email. I did change the acorn, from the bird to the acorn. That was not fully my creation. I am doing another project called Patchwork Quaker and Stickadine Vonder. I'll put it down below if you're interested in that. But there's an acorn on that pattern, and it's a smaller version, but so I took the acorn from that pattern and expanded it, and that's how to make it fit here. So I can't really take credit for that. So I can't share that unless you already have the Patchwork Quaker pattern. If you do, let me know and I can share this one too. But yeah, I'm super excited for everyone who's starting this. It was so much fun to do. This was my favorite project in the fall. I was obsessed with it. So super excited for all of you. My fabric is 40 count Ren from Picture This Plus, if you're interested in that. And again, their hashtag is #Hello Quaker Sal. Haul, I really just I've tried to be good with everything coming up. So all I have are the Fabric of the Month Club from Color and Cotton, because I love them. So I get the 40 count and the 32 count. I think I'm in the All Colors Club. It's been a while since I've checked. Pretty sure it's the All Colors. If you're able to get on any kind of Color and Cotton list, do so. You will not regret it. I love them. It comes every month. I am just always amazed. And what's really nice, and I've talked about this before, but what I really love about this is colors come that I would not, like if I was at Keepsakes, I would not probably buy. Because I'm like, when I look at it, I'm like, I don't usually buy fabric unless I have a project in mind. And so I see some of these colors, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do on that fabric. I'm not going to buy that. But with these kind of mystery clubs, it comes and then I see this color. I already have it now. I have it now. Like, what could I do on that? And so it kind of expands my, I don't know, it forces me to be more creative, which I really like. And so now I've seen pattern, like 1 month was a pink fabric. I'm like, what the heck am I gonna do on pink? And then I saw this spring pattern. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would look amazing on the pink fabric. So it's just kind of a, it kind of forces me to think outside a little bit more. So without any more rambling, the March club was Wisteria, which is this gorgeous like purple, lavender, lilac wisteria color. Her naming is always just perfect. It's a little bit darker than it's showing up. It's a little bit more purple. It's washing out a little bit if I bring it up closer. Bring it back further. I guess that's pretty close. And then the 32, that's the 40 count, and this is the 32 count. And these are pretty much the same. So I know like last video I showed the greens were really different. These are almost the same. So, oh, well, the 32 count's a little bit darker, but not much. It's not as dramatic as the video is showing. But yeah, so love that. That'll be fun to find something for. Again, I could see another spring pattern or something on that. And then the April fabric is Succulent, which is kind of a nice neutral greeny gray color. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. It's very, so that's the 40 count and then the 32 count. Again, they're pretty much the exact same. So yeah, so really excited about these. Always love a good neutral to have around. No plans for them, but happy to have them. That's all of my haul. I think May is getting shipped out soon. So for my next video, I'll have May and hopefully June too. And then I did get one gift in the mail and love her. So Jen from Cincinnati, who she is Spooneroony Stitcher on Instagram. I'll put her handle down below. Got this surprise in the mail. I love the card. Getting married, you're really in for it now. And then inside has like really sweet things that you're in for. Love, laughter, fun, adventure. And then I read the card before I looked at the gift, and her most part of her card is don't fight over doing the dishes. And I was like, oh, I mean, that's good marriage advice. And then I opened the gift and that's what she did. I love this so much. It's a dish towel. Stupid dishes. And she did it in our wedding colors. And it was just like, it was so amazing. What an amazing gift to get. I love it so much. David loves it. I almost like don't want to have it out and use it because I want to keep it nice, but I just was over the moon about that. Stupid dishes are right too. It's my that's like falls under like what I do too, is the dishes. And like he finishes cooking and I'm just looking, I'm like, oh, I should do all these dishes later. Stupid dishes. I actually do say this a lot. Like we'll be doing something after dinner, like watching baseball or something. And I'm like, all right, you ready to go to bed? I'm like, oh, the dishes. I have to do the dishes real quick. Like, it's fine. He cooks, I clean, it works. But yes, love this. I don't know anything about the pattern. I don't know anything about what this is, but I'm in love. So thank you so much, Jen. And that's pretty much the end of stitching. Oh, I did want to give out one shout out. So I have not watched much FlossTube, but I got a call from my mom one day. And well, I talk to my mom every day, but on one of those days, she was like, so I've been watching a lot of FlossTube lately. I'm like, oh, that's great, Mom. I'm super jealous. I haven't been able to watch any. And she's like, well, I discovered that you have a twin in England. I'm like, do I? And she's like, yes, you have a twin. And so Mom asked me to watch, and I watched and absolutely fell in love with. And so now I am shouting out on my own regard as well. Clumsy Stitcher on YouTube. She, her videos are great. And she was also doing Merry and Bright. after she saw mine, and she's so fun. We do have a lot in common. So I see where mom was coming from. We have a lot in common, so go check out her. I'll link her down below. She's great. So shout out to Clumsy Stitcher. And now we will do the giveaway winners. So if you're not interested in this, then feel free to head out. I'll do the giveaway winners, and then I'll do some of the wedding stuff at the end. I will be doing so I probably won't have another video before the wedding, just with everything going on in June. So, but I do plan when we get back from the honeymoon, I'll have about a week and a half before I start school again for block 5. So I do plan during that week to do like a full wedding video where I go over all the details, all the things I bought on Etsy, show pictures, tell stories. Like, I'm gonna have a full wedding video early July. So yeah, that first full week of July, somewhere in there we'll have a full wedding video. So this is just kind of a sneak peek to show some of the things that I've already mentioned in the past, and to kind of give you an idea of like some of the stuff that we have. So so now we'll do the giveaway. Again, thank you so much to everyone who commented on the last video, the well wishes, who entered the giveaway. It's amazing how far out in the world we have friends. This community is just so incredible. But some of the places y'all put, I just could not believe that you're watching me from so far away, like Brazil, and I mean, all over Europe and North Pole, Alaska, like just like, so cool. So thank you everyone who entered. And then I'm gonna wait probably about a week before I comment on your comment. But if your name is called, please email me, georgiagirlstitching@gmail.com. Email me with your name and your YouTube name, just in case they're not the same. And your address, and I will ship these out as soon as I can. I make no promises on how fast or how soon, but I promise it will happen. So without further ado, get this. I had these in order. Okay, there they are. So the first one was Lighting the Way by Silver Creek Sampler, and that is going to Jan White from Springfield, Missouri. Next one was Liberty Lane Pillow, and that is going to Janice Davis. Next one was Language of Flower Spring from the Blue Flower, and that is going to Bethany K. Let's Talk Spring from Hands On Design. Love this pattern so much. And that is going to Rose Stansel. The 28 count Burgundy Band is going to Stitchin' Darlin'. It's a Boy Thing is going to Amy Sineva. That's the North Pole, Alaska person. So Amy, let me know. Stitch More from So Much to Love. That is going to Crafting with Susie Q. And the last one is this Post Stitches. It's a crabby day without a stitch to cross. And that is going to Loretta Mullen. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Loretta, you are in Central Oregon Coast. So congrats to all the winners. We had tons of comments, so huge congratulations. I use the random comment generator on that you can just Google, and so I just picked just saw who the first person was and wrote it down. So yes, email me with your address and what your YouTube name is, and I'll get those out to you. Okay, so we have entered the short sneak peek portion of wedding planning. It really has been a fun process of finding all of these fun things. David and I really value kind of unique, we like supporting local artists. We like having, more unique things. We definitely still do some basic run-of-the-mill things, but we had fun kind of picking these things out for the wedding. So let me switch out. Okay. So first thing I'll show you is we got this for our cake topper. Oh, I need white. So this is from an Etsy store based out of Ukraine. And our colors are turquoise, navy blue, white, and then silver. And so we got this in the silver. I guess I should also preface this with, when I was searching at Etsy and fell in love with these things, I did not know that there was the US only filter when you searched for things. So we fell in love with these things, and as we were checking out, we saw where they were coming from. So it was not necessarily intentional to have such an international aspect to our wedding, but we are not complaining about it. And but that's partly, so if you are wanting to just stay within the US when you search for things, there is a filter for that, for shipping. But yeah, so this came from the Ukraine. Absolutely love that. Got the hibiscus in there. Okay, that's our cake topper. And then this is my hair piece that will go. I will be doing kind of a combination of pearls and crystals. So this kind of encompassed all of that. And I'll be doing kind of the half up, half down look. So this will go right there. And this is from Ireland. Love that. And again, I'll link all of these down below. And then the last thing are the champagne glasses. So what we'll be drinking out of throughout the wedding, especially the champagne toast. These are hand painted from Bulgaria. And so I'll show his first. So this is the mister. So we got the etched, and it's this like navy blue, dark navy blue painting all the way down. And then we also got the date engraved. But what's really cool about what he did, the engraving also has some of the blue in it. So it's not just etched, but also slightly painted. So that's David's. We kind of are using navy blue where you would traditionally use black. So like the bride and groom, white and black, we're using white and navy blue. And then this is mine. Ooh. That says Mrs. Hard to see. The white. I don't know, maybe if it, oh, let me try it without that. Okay. Mrs. And then the white, same design, just in white. And then the engraving. So yeah, and this came from Bulgaria. Customs international shipping didn't have any problems. It all got here when it said it would. So those are gonna go back in very safe places. But yes, that's kind of a sneak peek of what we'll be having. Again, I'll go through a lot more. We have a lot more before or after the wedding. I might film a little bit. It might be kind of I'll do a little bit before the wedding because I do have some bridesmaids gifts that I will obviously be giving away at the wedding. So I might do a little snippet, and groomsmen, do a little snippet before so you can see that stuff before I give it away to them, and kind of put that at the end of the next video. But that's all I got for now. I will try to keep, since I won't be back for like a month and a half probably, I'll try to be better on Instagram with updates, especially with that 1/1 hibiscus. Try to keep y'all updated. If you have any questions at all, feel free to comment, message me. I'm more responsive on Instagram Messenger, so if you direct message me. Instagram does sometimes hide them though, so it might take me like if it doesn't give a notification, it might take me a minute to realize that there's a message there. So be patient with me. Email, you can always email me as well if you need. Gmail sometimes notifies me, sometimes doesn't, that I have an email. So I have to check, and I'm better about that at other times than others. So just message me until you get to me. I promise I'm not ignoring you purposefully. Nothing is ever intentional. So if you have emailed me in the past and I haven't responded, go ahead and email me again. I promise I'm not intentionally ignoring you. So thank you all so much for your constant support and hanging out with me. I love having the time to hang out with y'all once a month or so, and just really happy to have you all around. So I'm gonna sign off. Hopefully see you in a month and a half. And in the meantime, happy stitching, everyone.